Hey, subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to ring that bell. When you ring that bell, you're going to be introduced to a world of people who love to cook. All my buddies, like Ralph. Hey Ralph, how you doing? Today, this video is dedicated to you. Hey, I was at Ralph's house. He lives in South Carolina. Wonderful. And we stayed over for a couple of days, me and my wife, and he's a great host with his wife Michelle. Absolutely fantastic. Now, Ralph's Italian. What does that mean? That means he can cook. And what we like to cook is Italian food. Very basic. Just take great ingredients and cook them minimally just to bring out their great flavors. And that's Italian cooking. Well, I'm going to take it one notch further, if it's okay with Ralph. And I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. Because modern Italian cooking has to be a little bit lighter than traditional. So I'm going to lighten it up. And in lightening it up, that's when I make it almost vegan. So, without further ado, hey Ralph, why don't you start off this video? Okay, let's get cooking. Hey, that was Ralph. Nah, that was me. But Ralph would have said the same thing. Okay, so today we're doing an eggplant parmesan, like you've never seen before. I want to introduce some sausage. Hey, I thought you said you're lightening things up. We are. We're not making real sausage. We're taking all the great flavors that sausage has in it and leaving out the pork. What a great idea. Then we're going to make an eggplant. Put that sausage on top of the eggplant. Special sauce. We don't need tomato sauce. We're going to lighten that up too. And then we're going to bake the whole thing, and you got a beautiful eggplant parmesan. So, what we're going to start with. Hey, you eat sausage and you say, hey, there's something really good in here. I don't know what it is, but it's something really tasteful. You know what that is? Fennel. You know what I'm going to use? Fresh. Hey, can't see my face. There you go. Fresh fennel. Hey, look at that. That's what fennel looks like. All these leaves. You can use these leaves for something. And this is what we're going to use today. The bulb. Wonderful. Smells like that black licorice kind of fennel smell. Ooh, very good for your digestion. Very good to make a sausage flavored vegetable. What are we going to do with it? I'm going to take that fennel. I'm just going to cut off these stems. All right, see that stem in? I don't want that in there. I got to cut that out. So, I can just cut this in half. And then cut out that stem like a V. I cut one side. I cut the other side. Stem comes right out. Get rid of that. It's too hard. You can't eat that. Okay, then I don't want pieces to be too big, so I cut this in half and then I slice it. So I get pieces like that. That's very good. Look at that. Beautiful. Red pepper. There's one red pepper. Cut it in half and get those seeds out. Hey, you don't need that. That's no good. I cut each half in half, so it's like I have 4 quarters here. And then I can slice them up. That's what we get. Do the same thing with a green pepper. Get rid of these. You can't use them for anything. There we go. One nice onion. Hey, I use red onion. It's a little sweeter, a little nicer. Same type of thing. I'm going to cut it in half and then slice it. Look at that. Fantastic. I have one whole bunch of garlic peeled. Now, With this, all I'm going to do is slice it. Why? I want big pieces of garlic in there. Not too big, so I have to slice it. But I want it big so I get a nice garlic flavor, and it's not too like spicy garlic. Okay, so you got nice pieces of garlic. Look at that, all cut up beautiful. I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of olive oil. I'm going to put all these vegetables in this pan. Wonderful. Now, Ralph always told me there's 3 things you need when you're a cook. You need salt, pepper, and patience. And we're going to use all 3 of those right now. I'm adding a good teaspoon of salt. And then I'm adding a good half teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And I'm going to turn the fire down low because I want this to sweat. Hey, what does that mean, sweat the vegetables? That means just what you think it means. I want the vegetables to get hot so the moisture comes out. Just like when you sweat, you get hot, and you start to sweat, and your moisture in your body comes out. So I want the moisture in the vegetables to come out. If that happens, that's the water coming out, leaving a very intense vegetable flavor behind. I want that vegetable flavor. So I'm going to sweat these vegetables. No color. Don't saute them. Low fire. If you start to get a little color on them, cover. Hey, where's my cover? If the vegetables start to cook too fast, I got a cover. I just cover it like that. Okay? Meanwhile, I'm sweating these vegetables. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of oregano. And a half a teaspoon of Aleppo pepper. Why Aleppo pepper? Why not the red pepper flake? Hey, you can add red pepper flake if you want. I like Aleppo pepper because Aleppo pepper is a combination of like a hot pepper and a little tomato. It has like a little tomato flavor to it, like a sun-dried tomato. And that's nice in sausage. So it gives a little heat and a little bit of that sun-dried tomato character. Aleppo pepper. It's good stuff. You gotta try it. You can get it on Amazon if you want. Or you can use the red pepper flake. Either way. Not too much. Aleppo pepper you can use a little more because it's not as hot. Red pepper flake, be careful. That's hot stuff. With the Aleppo pepper, I'm putting about a half a teaspoon. Remember, patience. This is going to take about 20 minutes to cook down. Meanwhile, I got to prepare my eggplant. Don't forget, it's eggplant parmesan. Hey, my wife just came downstairs. First thing she said was, "Woo, that smells good." Yeah, that's a good sign. I like to do that. Like, I cook while she's away, and then when she comes back to the room I'm cooking in, and she says, "Ooh, that smells good," that means I'm on the right path. Wonderful. Okay. I try to get an eggplant that's the same width throughout, as close as I can. I don't peel it. You can peel it if you want. I think if you don't peel it, it kind of stays together better. I just cut the ends off. Cut that end off. Cut that end off. And then, carefully. All right, here's what I have to do. I got to cut about a good 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. So the first piece I can't use. Cut it off and get rid of it. Because it's all skin. I don't want that much skin on there. Okay, and I need to cut about 6 slices. And the last slice, I don't want to add too much oil to this, so I'm just going to give this a spray of oil. I'm going to put these slices in here. 6 nice slices. And then I'm going to give the eggplant a spray. Now, once again, a little salt and pepper. Half a teaspoon salt. Sprinkle it on nice. About 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Just to cover a little bit. Like that. Woo! Beautiful. What am I going to do with these? How do I want to cook these? Okay, I have my broiler on high. And I have the top rack. That top rack's a good 4 to 6 inches from the heat. I'm going to put this in. only for like a minute and a half. I just want to start it cooking. Look, the peppers are already going to be cooked when I put it on top of the eggplant. So the eggplant has to be cooked halfway, or else it's going to cook too much with the peppers on top. It's not going to be right. So I put on the broiler, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Turn it over, another minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then take it out. It should still be firm, but just a little cooked and a little bit of color on that eggplant. That's going to give you good flavor. Hey, wow, how am I doing so far, right? Fantastic. We want to check out my vegan sausage. Hey, you can see it looks like there's less vegetables in the pan. You know why? Hey, you see that steam coming out? That's water evaporating, leaving a more intense vegetable flavor. Beautiful. Hey, this has to cook another like 20 minutes. So let it go, let it go. Hey, next I gotta prepare the sauce that goes on top. I told you, I don't want to use tomato sauce. A lot of people can't eat tomato sauce. A little bit acidic for them. So I gotta make a nice sauce that goes on top. Something interesting, something creative, something vegan. To prep, what I did was I took 1 cup of water, hot water, and I'm soaking cashew nuts right in that hot water. It's gonna sit there for like, it sits there for like an hour. You could do it overnight. If you do it overnight, you don't even have to use hot water. I didn't do that. I did it this morning. So I just threw some hot water in a container and the cashew nuts, and I'll get the cashew nuts a little soft. So when I puree them, they'll puree nice and smooth. I like that. Okay. Okay, so that's good. You see that steam coming out, nice and hot, little bit of color on it, that's okay. Now I just gotta turn them over. Okay, got salt, got pepper, got a little bit of oil, back under the broiler. Another minute, minute and a half. I have my blender here. I'm gonna pour in that, I'm gonna pour in the cashew, soaked in 1 cup of hot water. I got 1 clove of garlic here. Put that in, 1/4 teaspoon salt, just a few turns of the pepper grinder. Okay. A little bit of pepper, and special ingredient, about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast tastes like Parmesan cheese. Wonderful. Meanwhile, check that out. Just came out of the broiler. Beautiful eggplant. Check out how nice and smooth this came out. Looks like cream, you see that? Looks like cream. Woo, smells terrific. Nice stuff. So it's gonna be a nice layer. But before we get into that, before we use that, it's too thin the way it is. It's gotta be cooked. If you put it in a pan and bring it to a boil, it's gonna thicken up a little bit. That's what we gotta do. Look at these vegetables. Woo, smells terrific. Okay, so what I wanna do is I wanna pick out a piece of fennel, like that, and I gotta taste it. Okay, the fennel's still very hard, right? It's gonna take a few more minutes. What did I tell you? Patience is an ingredient you could not do without. Need some patience. Let it cook a little more. Okay, just so that this doesn't get burnt, I'm gonna put a cover on it, keep it on low fire, and let it cook for a while. Now in this pan, remember this sauce I just made? Save that container, I'll use it in a second. I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and then I'm gonna take it off the heat and throw it back in that container. And then we're ready to use it as we need it. Okay, comes to a full boil. Shut it off, pour it right into this container. Ooh, that's good stuff. I have this nice casserole dish. First thing I do is give it a little spray so nothing burns on the bottom. Okay. I laid down my 2 biggest pieces of eggplant. Take my vegan sausage, put that on top. Ooh, that looks nice. I take my 2nd biggest eggplant, put that on top of that. More sausage. And then my last piece of eggplant. Put Put that right on top of that. Pour it just to cover that top of that eggplant. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Look at that. It's going to drip off a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, look at that. Okay, now I have my oven on bake 350 degrees. I'm going to put this right in there. It's going to be beautiful. I got a little bit of paprika here. I just want to put just a touch of paprika just on the eggplant, not all over the place. Be very careful. Beautiful. Now when it bakes, it's going to turn brown. Just the eggplant. Okay. This is going to go in the oven, 350 degrees. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to check you after 20 minutes. I'm going to watch some TV now. Just 20 minutes. I'll see you later. Check that out. That looks beautiful. Hey, to me, that's what modern Italian cooking is all about. You take a few ingredients, right? Sausage, vegan, eggplant, and that's it. Just cook those vegetables, basically, roast the eggplant, and that's it. Brings out the special natural flavors. A little bit of sauce. You got a great dish. Flavorful, but you can taste the ingredients. That's what's important. I'll see you in my next video. Hey, you know what I have? I have more classic eggplant parmesan. You gotta check out that video. That's wonderful. Ralph, I'll see you next time. Keep cooking, Ralph. Send me some ideas, will you? Okay.